In this video, I'm going to show you how to deliver a coaching lead magnet in System.io. So if you're a coach or a consultant or a service-based solopreneur, then you're likely using a funnel with an opt-in page at the start where you're offering some kind of free lead magnet in order to entice your visitors to give you their email address. So in this video, I'm going to show you 2 ways you can automatically deliver that lead magnet to your new subscribers once they opt in. Okay, so just so we know what we're looking at here, this is a blueprint for a free discovery call coaching funnel. Now, if you don't know how to set up a coaching funnel that offers free discovery calls or paid calls, then you can get my client getting funnel kit right here for free via the link in the description below this video. And part of this funnel kit is the client funnel blueprint. And that blueprint will show you exactly how to set up a coaching funnel that offers free discovery calls as well as coaching funnels that offers paid calls as well. So here at the start is the opt-in page where you'll be sending traffic, and here is where you're offering a free lead magnet. So where your visitors can opt in to get that free lead magnet, and then they're automatically sent to page number 2. But at the same time, you want this free lead magnet to be automatically delivered to your subscribers' inbox at the time they click the button to subscribe. So now in this video, I'm going to show you 2 ways how you can automatically deliver that free lead magnet. Okay, so here we are inside of System.io, and I'm inside a coaching consulting funnel template, and page 1 of our funnel is our squeeze page, and that looks like this right here. So this is the page where we're offering our free lead magnet right here, and our subscribers can click the button right here to get access to that lead magnet. So once they enter their name and email address, they click the button right here, they're automatically taken to page number 2 in the funnel. Meanwhile, your System.io account will collect that name and email address for you on your behalf, and you'll then find their email address under CRM contacts. But how about that lead magnet? How does it actually get into the hands of your subscriber? So the first way you can do it, or actually before I show you the first way, just first need to tell you how to host your lead magnet. So what I recommend is hosting it on either Dropbox or Google Drive. That's what I do. So once you've created your lead magnet, I'll show you an example here in Google Drive. So let's just pretend this is our lead magnet right here. It's an ebook and I've uploaded it to my Google Drive account. But of course, this could be a checklist or a cheat sheet or an audio file or a video or anything that you want to give away as a free gift. Now, if you're stuck on ideas for your lead magnet, then an ebook is a good one, particularly for coaches and consultants. Because if you've written a book, it also gives the perception of authority that you know what you're talking about. So if you want a shortcut on getting an ebook created, then you can watch this video on my channel right here. That video shows you exactly step-by-step how to use AI to help you to write an ebook. And I've left a link to that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. Then going back to our Google Drive account, once we've created our lead magnet and we've uploaded it to our Google Drive account, you have this little dots menu in the top right corner of your lead magnet. Click on this. And there's this option here that says share. This is really important. You need to click on the share again. And now this box appears here. When you first upload your ebook or your lead magnet, the general access will by default be set to restricted, but you need to change this to anyone with the link. Otherwise, when you share that link, if you haven't changed that to anyone with the link, then your subscribers won't be able to access that URL. So make sure this is switched to anyone with the link. Then you click copy link. Then we're going to head back into System.io. And now before we set up the automatic email delivery with the lead magnet, I'd recommend that you come up to CRM, come to tags and set up a tag, because you want to tag your subscribers once they opt into that opt-in page. So you can then identify them later inside your System.io account, because in the future you may have more than one funnel or you may have more than one lead magnet. And it's a good idea to tag those subscribers so you know which of your subscribers has downloaded which lead magnet or which funnel they came in on. And that will help you then to be able to follow up with them more appropriately. For example, if I come to CRM, come to contacts, so you'll see my email contacts right here. And in the side, here is the tags, and we can see all the tags that are assigned to each of those subscribers. Anyway, back in tags, all you need to do to set up your tag is come to the top right, click on create, and then create your tag by naming it. And you can do this any way you like, but I'd recommend either naming it by funnel or by lead magnet. Just make it easier for you then to identify what each subscriber is interested in. So here I've named this tag lead magnet name, and I've put lead after in brackets. So of course I just changed this for the name of your lead magnet. And then this indicates that the subscriber is currently a lead, not yet a paying customer. And later on you'd set up a different tag to identify your paying customers. Anyway, this is all we need for now. Click on save. And now we have our new tag at the top of our list right here. So now we've got a tag set up, we can now set up our automation rule to automatically deliver the ebook to our subscriber. And this is method 1. Personally, method 2 is my preferred method, but let me show you method 1 first. So you need to make sure that the squeeze page is selected right here, because that's the page where you're actually collecting the email address from your subscriber. That's where the opt-in form is. So with this page selected, come over to this tab right here, click on automation rules. Now we need to come down here to click on add a rule, and then the trigger, we need to create a trigger to activate this rule. So click on plus, and the trigger we're going to select is funnel step form subscribed. So this means once someone opts in on your squeeze page, that will trigger this automation. And then the action we want to have occur, we need to click on the plus button right here. And the first action is to add a tag. So this way we'll be then able to identify our subscribers. So now this drop-down menu appears, click on the drop-down menu. We're just going to find that tag that we set up. And here it is right here, lead magnet name lead. Click on this, click on save rule. Now we need to edit this rule by coming over to the right-hand side, hovering over this little dots menu, click on edit automation rule. And now with the same trigger, we need to add an additional action. So click on the plus button again on this side. And this option right here is going to be to send an email. Click on this, and now here, there's this little plus button right here that's so small you could easily miss it. Click on that plus button. It's going to open this editor for you to write an email. So you write your subject line, and you write the content of your email. Okay, of course you write something better than that, but this is just an example for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I've written here is the link to access your freebie. I'm going to hyperlink this and connect it to the lead magnet. So when the subscriber receives this email, all they need to do is click on this link and then they can instantly access that lead magnet. Now you do have an option here to add it as an attachment instead of hyperlinking the text to a link. But I do not recommend you do this because generally speaking, emails with attachments, especially if they're marketing related type emails, is one thing that could potentially trigger spam filters. So this could make it more likely that your email might go to spam or promotions folder instead of the inbox. Plus there's a size limit on this as well. I think it's 2 megabyte, but you're quite limited in the size. So this is definitely the best way to do it. So what we need to do is come back to our Google Drive account. We're going to click on our dots menu and we're going to click on share copy link. Come back into system.io, highlight the text we want to link, and then at the top menu, come up to the dots on the top right. And then there's this option here that says link. Click on this, and this little box appears. Paste your link in right there. Click on the checkbox, and you're good to go. Click on save, and that's all set up. Then you need to click on save rule, and you're done. So now when someone comes to your squeeze page and clicks on the button to download your lead magnet, they enter their details right here. They click on the button, they'll automatically be directed to page number 2 in the funnel. Meanwhile, they're automatically sent that email, which will deliver them your lead magnet. So method number 2 to automatically deliver your free lead magnet to your coaching clients is my preferred method, and that is to automatically subscribe your new subscribers to an automated follow-up campaign. And we're going to deliver that lead magnet to them in the first email of that campaign. So let me show you how to set that up now. So now back in our funnel, first of all, I'm just going to delete this automation rule that we set up here because I'm obviously going to show you the new way to do it now. I'll click on delete, confirm, get rid of that. So now instead of just sending a one-off email, once our subscribers opt in right here, let's automatically subscribe them to an automated follow-up series. You could do this as well as option 1 I just showed you, but if you just do this option, you don't need to do option 1 as well. So you might as well just do it this way. I'm presuming you're going to want to automate the follow-up with your clients anyway, so this option generally makes more sense. So now the first thing we need to do is come up to emails and then come to campaigns. And we need to create a campaign. So come up to the top right, click on create. We need to name our campaign. So I'm just going to name it demo campaign. Then we need to select our sender email address. So if you've already set up your sender email address, then it will appear in the drop down right here. If you haven't yet set up your sender email address and you don't know how to do it, then I recommend you watch this video that I'm showing on the screen right now. I've also left a link to that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. Very, very important that you follow that video if you haven't done this yet. Anyway, with that said, let's click save. We've created our campaign right here. Now we need to click on the name of our campaign and we set up our automated follow-up emails. So set up our first email, comes to the top and click on create right here. Now here we can write the subject line for our first email. So I'm just going to write this for now, welcome, here's your free gift. And I generally always use the classic editor, click on save. And now it brings us into the editor for the first email in a campaign right here. And again, like before, we can write the content of our email. This is set up slightly differently to how it was done previously because this is a campaign rather than one-off email. So I'm just going to write some content just to help us with the example. So of course I'd write a much better email on this, but you get the idea. And again, like before, I'm going to link this now to our ebook. So let's go head over back to our ebook, copy that link and then come back to our email right here. And we're going to hyperlink that via this link icon, throw it in there, click on the check mark and we're good. Now, in order for this email to be activated, it needs to come up to the top right. And where it says save draft, there's a little drop down icon. We click on here and we click save and publish. So now we get this box appears here. And because this is a first email, we can ignore this first section right here because it's asking this email will be sent after, and then you select which email you want it to go after. Well, this is the first one in the series, so there's no preceding email. So just ignore this as it's the first email. And now here it's asking when you want to send the email. If you want it to go instantly, automatically, as soon as the person subscribes, then just leave this set to 0 days. If you want there to be a bit of a delay for whatever reason, perhaps if you want it to be sent, 15 minutes after they opt in rather than immediately, then you just change that right here. I generally leave it to 0 days usually at the start of our campaign. That way the new subscriber will get it instantly. Click activate and then click save and then click exit. And that's our first email set up. Now, what's important to know now is I'm going to show you how to sequence your emails in the campaign so they don't all get sent at once or they get sent in the wrong order or something crazy like that. So this is simple but really important. So come up to the top right, click on create. I'm going to create email number 2. Of course, you'd choose a better subject line than that, but it's just a demo. Click save. I'm going to go write our content right in here. So you've written your email. And now this is the important bit. When we cut to the top right, click on save and publish. Now, when it says this email will be sent after, from the drop down, we've now got the subject line of the first email there. And as you continue to add more and more emails to your campaign, each time you come to schedule the email like this, you'll start to see all the subject lines listed down here in order. And then you can select which email goes after which preceding email, if that makes sense. So as this is the second email and the subject line right here is the first email, I'm going to select that one. So this email will be sent after the welcome email. So how long after? And if you want it to go exactly 24 hours after the first email, you can just set this to 1 day. And that'll be 24 hours after. Of course, you can decide right here the delay of email 2 and of course email 3 and 4 and 5 and so on as you set them up by choosing which email it goes after and how long after that preceding email is going to be sent. So I'm going to leave it to 1 day, so that way it'll go 24 hours after. Want more granular control over the exact time it's sent, you can toggle this on and then choose times right here. And same here for the days of the week. If you only want it to be sent on Monday to Friday, you don't ever want to send emails on Saturday and Sunday, for example, then you can do that and uncheck them right here. I'm just going to leave them on for now. Actually, let's toggle that off. So with that toggled off, System.io will still send your emails at this interval, regardless of what day of the week it is. Click activate, click save and exit. And now there's the first 2 emails set up. And however many emails you want in here, if you want 5 or 10 or 100, you can just spend that time loading up your emails and setting the delay between each email. And as we remember, email 1 right here has our link to our free lead magnet. So now all we need to do is come back to our funnel and we need to now connect the opt-in form on this funnel. So the opt-in form right here, once they submit their contact information to get your lead magnet, we're going to submit them or subscribe them to that campaign instead of just sending them a one-off email as what we did before. So again, with that squeeze page selected, I'm actually in the wrong funnel here. Let me just go back and find the right funnel, which is this one right here. So we've got the squeeze page selected. I come to automation rules. Now here, we're going to add the rule again, like we did before. Trigger is funnel set form subscribed, same as before. The action, again, we still want to add a tag so we can identify our subscribers. So find our tag. Here it is right here, lead magnet name. Save this rule. And now I'm going to edit this rule by coming over to the dots menu, edit automation rule, add an additional action to this same trigger by clicking the plus button. And now here, the second trigger, instead of send an email is what we did before, now we're going to choose subscribe to campaign. We have our campaign already set up, which is important. You need to set up the campaign first and then set this automation trigger up. So now here where it says subscribe to campaign, we have a drop down menu showing all of our campaigns and we choose the one we want. And I named it demo campaigns. It's this one right here. Click on save rule and you're good to go. So if you want to see over my shoulder how to create a cool booking funnel for free inside of System.io, then watch this video right here.